What's happening? I'm Isaiah Coleman, and this is Masculinity Monday. Got a quick question for you. Do black men heal? Can black men heal? And are black men healed? Man, so this past weekend, I spent some time in Philadelphia and I attended this session called King's Corner. And it's a segment of this organization, this overarching organization called Black Men Heal. And I came across it because I am working on building my company, building a community called The Connected. And it's very similar. Like, I want to build a community of people who are connected, particularly men of color who are connected, who support one another, who help each other heal and become better versions of themselves. And during my time at this event called King's Corner, we learned, it was myself, man, and probably 100 other black men in the room. It was so dope. I mean, like, it was probably one of the best experiences I've ever been a part of. That really hit me in my core. Like, it hit me in my core. I was around men of all different walks of life. I was around men from different generations. I was around men who were heterosexual, men who were homosexual, men who were, just across the spectrum of black men. And it was just a beautiful, beautiful time. And the reason I bring this up and what it has to do with masculinity is, in the space, we learned about ourselves. We learned about black men. We learned about our history. And we talked about trauma. And we talked about how our trauma is continual and our trauma is intergenerational. It starts all the way back in slavery. Hundreds of thousands of us thrown on the boats, brought to the States, landed in Virginia, somewhere in Virginia, and slavery went on for years, almost 400 years. After slavery, we were in the Reconstruction era. And the Reconstruction era was Jim Crow, right? We were fighting up against, having voters' rights. We were fighting up against being considered a citizen, a real citizen in this country. We were fighting up against hate crimes, terrorism, Ku Klux Klan, things like that. Fast forward, and then we're in the civil rights era. We got Martin Luther King. We're fighting for our rights. We're fighting to be equal citizens. We're fighting to be in the same schools as white people. We're fighting for desegregation and just trauma, just throughout the way, just throughout the entire time. We're just fighting up against trauma. Now in the modern era, we're still fighting up against racism. We're still fighting up against police brutality. Colin Kaepernick losing his career because of police brutality. So I bring all this up, right? I'm in a room with 100 other black men, and we're talking about these topics. We're talking about our trauma. We're talking about how difficult it is to be an American, but also be a black man, and how unparalleled these two identities are, and how difficult it is to navigate both. So I bring this up, man, because one special, like, there were many special moments, but a special moment in particular, while we were in there, these men were wearing these shirts. In the shirts, we're saying vulnerability is the new sexy, or something like that. And multiple times throughout the event, people kept reminding others, like, hey, if you need to cry, let it out. If you need to cry, let the waterworks go. And they were actively calling out the masculinity in the room of black men who constantly have to be hard, constantly have to show toughness, constantly have to be angry in order to survive oftentimes. And it really made me check my own masculinity at the door of, like, man, I don't need to walk around here all tough. I don't need to walk around here mean mugging. Like, these men in here truly want to heal, truly want to be better, truly need men around them, other healthy black men around them, to become the best version of themselves. And I just was blown away. The energy in the space was amazing. The stories that I was able to hear was amazing. They fed us, which is always a huge plus, right? When you get that good meal. The affirmation at the end, we locked arms and we talked and we shouted out this very powerful message of us healing and wanting to be the best versions of ourselves. And I'll just share this with you, man, because again, masculinity, oftentimes we think of it as we always got to put on this tough exterior. We always got to show that we got it all together. And that's just simply not the case. We're humans. At the end of the day, we're humans. Man, woman, child, doesn't matter. We're all human and we all have feelings and emotions and we all suffer or experience trauma. And the one thing that I could say about this past Saturday was it just changed again. It just continued to change my experience or my definition of masculinity. And I just share that with you as a man watching this. Understand that it's okay to feel, it's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to share your feelings, and I encourage you to do so. I encourage you to find a community, and if you need a community, I ask you to reach out. I encourage you to reach out to me because I want to bring men together. It's definitely something that I see myself doing, and I want to do it on a large scale, just like Black Men Heal. And I hope at one point we can collab and come together and do amazing work. But just wanted to share that with you, man. Black Men Heal. I'll put the link in the description. But an amazing time, an amazing show of unity and love. And shout out to the two founders. I can't remember their names, but shout out to the two women founders who kicked it off, man, and doing amazing things in the city of Philadelphia. So thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Isaiah Coleman. This is Masculinity Monday. If you're into this type of stuff, like, follow, subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.